Well, it has been a long time since I've been on here, but I'm thinking about firing back up the old YouTube channel. Probably gonna change the name and continue making videos, but they're not motorcycle based anymore. I hit a deer on my other motorcycle, shattered my collarbone, so I kind of just ride those for fun now. But this is a buddy of mine's airplane. He took it all apart to paint it and then called me and asked if I would help him put it back together, which I wasn't super excited about doing. But of course, I'm not going to turn down a lot of maintenance and a lot of work on an airplane. Some background on me since my very first video, which is a long time ago. I am an AMP. I also hold an IA. I've had an IA for 6 years now. So I'm more than qualified to put this airplane back together. We've got all current manuals. We've got everything we need, using all aircraft parts. So it's not like we're breaking any regulations or rules here. But currently we're trying to take the windshield out of it. And I'm thinking about firing up the YouTube channel, keeping track of my maintenance progress on my new Miata. It's a 1996. And maybe also following this project and some other things that I've been up to. Why we're pulling the windshield out on this, though, if you look kind of right here, the owner of the aircraft was using some paint stripper on it, and he got it on the windshield. And I did try and start to polish it. I got through it a little bit, but you probably can't see it. It looks like you got raindrops on your windshield. The paint stripper warped the plastic to a point where I don't feel comfortable sanding it out. I feel like that would thin out the windshield a little bit too much and sort of lose its integrity. So we're going to go ahead and put a new windshield in there from Great Lakes Aero. Of course, I started looking at the logbooks and I realized pretty quickly that this thing had a windshield put in it once before. Some of these rivets, like this one, are severely misdrilled. I did not do that. I went straight through the head on this one. This one, you can see they're sort of snowman shaped where you got two holes right on top of one another. So we're working through it, but I don't know. Tell me what you think. Should I fire up the old YouTube channel? Should I make videos, even if it's just for me, even if it's not for anyone in the grander public? Should I reach back out into the public sphere and put myself out there for the world? Voila, the windshield is out. I just realized I'm filming this whole video in portrait and not landscape. Oh, I'm going to catch hell for that. Anyways, windshield's out. I ended up having to take off this strip here. It's sitting over here on the truck bed. I'm going to show y'all a trick to get those kinds of rivets out. If you leave the shop heads on here, like these all came off with the strip. Once I drilled them out, it sort of just fell off. Take yourself a good bucking bar, put it right next to the shop head, but not on it. Then take an automatic center punch and hit it one time, and they'll shoot out, and you can just go down the line and get them all out pretty quickly. So that's a fun one. But this video is going to be in a really funky order. I filmed the last part of it before filming this part of it, but I was kind of proud to get the windshield out, so I figured I'd show that to you. So anyways. And there you go. The windshield retaining strip is out. So now I'm going to try to pull the windshield out of it. I think there's a lead time on those, so I'm just going to get it loose and then let it sit. Once I get the windshield out, I got to work these. This is what I was talking about, where he got that stripper on it. You can see this is actually like bubbled into the window. He tried taping it off, but according to him, when he washed the stripper off, all it did was run down the window, and that was enough for it to do that. So now we're doing windows in it. Some backstory on this. This is a 1967 Cessna 172H with the worst motor ever built, a Continental O300. It's actually not a terrible engine. It's a Continental O200, which is a 4-cylinder with a longer crank and a longer camshaft. But Continental hasn't made it in so long, you can't get a new case for it, you can't get a new crank for it, and you can't get a new cam for it. Actually, no, I'm planning to. I think you can get a new cam and a new crank, but you can't get a new case. So they condemned his old one. This little Continental cost him many, many dollars. Great Lakes Aero, or not Great Lakes Aero, Airmark Overhaul out in Florida did a beautiful job. It looks incredible. So looking forward to getting that running again. But yeah, so progress is slow. We've put the wings back on it. We've got all the cables hooked back up and run up in here. I still need to tension them, but I'm waiting to put the ailerons so I can check travel stops. Same thing with the flaps. I'm waiting to get the flaps on it so I can double check travel stops before I do any of that. But yeah, I'm thinking about just, following this airplane and following my story, if you will, on my Miata and my Mustang, because both of those need a shitload of work. And we'll go from there. We'll see if this is successful. Even if it's not, I think it's just a good way to sort of document my escapades for myself, sort of keep track of where we are and what happens. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, we're gonna make some videos, some how-tos, some just vlog stuff, probably some motorcycle content, lots of aircraft content, lots of Mazda Miata and Mustang content. So I'll catch y'all real soon. Bye.